All right. This is
Yeah.
Neighborly Natalie. So excited to be here with you. I feel like it's been forever since I've been at the Louisiana SPCA. The amazing Christian Moon. I missed you guys too, and I've been missing your fur babies. First, we have to go talk about some happy tales. There's so many.
So we had Seven, who was adopted. She was the little buck tooth that just was sticking out. She was adopted and then renamed Sunflower.
That's fitting of her.
Then we had King. He went really viral. He was included on Re-Rate Dogs, a really popular
life-saving dog.
The one who, so he was adopted just recently. We also had Otis and Reggie, the two cats who look alike. Not twins, but they could be twins. But they were adopted by two different people too, so they were adopted. And then we also had the professor who just got adopted. He was adopted on the 15th, so not too long ago.
He was such a mush. I used to see him like in his little kennel, and I did a few Facebook Lives with him. And but overall, I mean, every single pet that comes through here is just a gem. And I think we just need to get into this girl because obviously she's a lover. You could see her just getting all the snuggies. Tell us who we have here.
So this is Iris. She's 1 year old. She was an owner surrender, so she has been in a home before. You can see she's just so comfortable around people. She's really playful. Her favorite game is tug of war. So as long as you have a leash or a rope, you're her favorite person.
Is there any information that you can give pertaining to why she was surrendered? Like, was there an issue that, her next owner can make sure it doesn't happen?
Yeah, so with every owner surrender that comes to Louisiana SPCA, there's so many different factors. But our core value is to be compassionate towards not only pets, but to also people. And so we never judge anyone. So we know that there's so many different situations. So in her particular situation, the owner was ill and could no longer take care of her. So we opened our shelter as an open admission shelter does. And we are going to work to find her forever home.
Totally. And you know what? I think that it's very respectful for somebody who recognizes like, hey, there's a hardship here. I can't take care of this pet. This pet deserves a better life than what I'm able to do. And I think it's, they deserve an applaud for actually taking the step in bringing their pets. Because I feel like because of my current situation now, I'm kind of taking a look at, pets here and there, and I feel like I'm hearing more and more about pets being dumped in areas. Do you hear, is that on the rise, or is that like a regular occurrence?
It's a very common thing. There is always this disconnect between responsible pet ownership. And as an animal welfare leader, we try to educate the community or inform them on ways that you can better take care of your pet. But also, we do things to make sure that if you are unable to take care of your pet or there's some type of barrier, we do offer services to help. So if I can't afford pet food, we have a pet food pantry. That pet food pantry also has pet supplies like leashes and collars. If you need vaccinations for your pet, if you feel like your pet's health is deteriorating, but it's something so easy to fix, we have a community initiatives team that has allocated grants and funds to just helping people vaccinate their pets or getting maybe life-saving surgeries sometimes.
Wow, I didn't even know. Okay, so I mean, once again, Louisiana SPCA goes beyond the basics. And, something else that I noticed is that a lot of times pets that are surrendered or given up on, maybe it's a behavioral thing. So much of behavioral things. Guess what? There's a lovely thing called training, and we do an episode with the amazing, talented Kevin Duggan.
And Kevin does have scholarships for people who want to give a little extra training to their dogs so they're more acclimated to the home or meeting other dogs if they're reactive. So we do work with people in so many ways because our core is to keep people with the pets. And keep pets with the people who love them.
Yes, of course. Because I mean, it's kind of traumatic for dogs. I've seen videos on social media of pets that maybe get surrendered and they were with their owners for a while. It's not like a short-term thing, and you see it in their face. They're like heartbroken. They don't know what's going on.
It's because you're putting them in an entirely different setting that they're not comfortable with. Just like us, we have our own spots that we're comfortable with, that we know, that we're acclimated to, and our pets are the same. So they get used to their environment and the people within their environment. So when you take them out of that environment, that can cause some stress, anxiety, and so many different other things, really cause them to deteriorate. And I think we're going to talk a little bit about that with the Doggy Day Out program, because when those pets do come into our shelter and they are deteriorating or they need that extra time to get outside, that Doggy Day Out program is just so essential for them.
Let's go right into that while you're talking about it, because I know that for me, I'm not ready to adopt again. I am not ready to foster. but I do need that puppy fill because I am needy in terms of the fur baby aspect. And the Louisiana SPCA offers a fantastic opportunity called Doggy Day Out. Talk about it. It's really exciting.
So Doggy Day Out is a program within a program. So, you know, we have our volunteer program, but within that volunteer program, we have the Doggy Day Out. And just like you were saying, it's a great way for people who aren't adoption ready yet, or you're just not ready yet to foster, or you're on the fence about fostering and you're going to want to know about that dog or see how the SPCA works. Doggy Day Out is a great program for that because it allows the community to come into our shelters, whether this is the Orleans or Plaquemines one, and choose a dog and take them out for the day.
We choose them, or do you?
So we often do both.
Okay.
We'll often suggest dogs who really need that time outside, but if you see a dog that you do like on the floor, sometimes we will allow you to just take that dog out.
Okay. Is there any limitation as to what people are allowed to go doing with the little pupsters?
So we basically want you to show them the world because it helps us learn more about that pet. So how they react in different environments, around different types of people, whether that's adults or children, or males or female, or whatever you identify as. It lets us know more about them. So when we match them with their perfect match or their forever home, we know it's going to be that perfect match because we know it worked in this type of home, or they work with these type of people.
Totally.
But no limitations. We really want you to take them everywhere. So whether that's a dog-friendly park, but not a park with dogs, so not exactly a dog park. Just for safety reasons, we try not to have them interact with own dogs or other dogs. But dog-friendly parks, so like City Park, take them for a walk. You can take them to a pet-friendly cafe. You can take them to your house. You can take them to a brewery if you want to get a beer with the dog. Or if you can take them in the mall, you can try. But just take them anywhere that you love to go, and just make sure you're having a great time. We do require that you do about 2 to 4 hours. We leave you with a little backpack that has everything they need for the day. That's everything from their leash and harness, also a seatbelt for the car, and then water bowls, snacks, treats, all that type of stuff. That way they're gonna have a safe day out. We do ask that you be 18 years or older and you have reliable transportation.
Be trustworthy too.
If you do have kids out there who wanna take a part of the program, just ask your parents to be present with you while you're doing the Doggy Day Out. But it's a great program. It really lets us learn a lot about the dogs. You can take them to a lot of places. But if you're more of a person who's like, I just want to stay inside and cuddle.
Especially with the heat.
Look at Iris. She would love to just sit on the couch, cuddle with you, take snacks, maybe play tug of war with you.
She's a little lover. I think she would, I think any pet in general, like when they're stuck in here all the time, just to get out and get that extra stimulation, the brain factor is going to do them some good and kind of like help reset their nervous system, that they can come back here maybe a little bit more calmer and content, like, oh, that was great. So getting back to Iris, where do you think she would thrive?
She's young right now, so she's only 1 year old, so she can work for a few homes. We haven't fully tested her with other dogs. She does interact with them in a positive way, so she gets excited when she sees other dogs. So you're more than welcome to come in and dog test her with your dog at home. We're not too sure about cats, but we know she would do good at pretty much any home because she's smaller, which works for a lot of people, especially if they're living in an apartment setting. She's very playful as well. So that means you can bring your friends over, your family. She's going to work perfect for them as well. I would say anybody, either if you're a homebody or you like to go outside, I think she's a perfect dog for you.
She's definitely a lover with all the little lickies and all that, the kisses rather.
Hey, she seems like a dog that you can put on a farm and she will
run,
or she'll
make friends with the chickens and the horses,
the
and
cattle
the cows.
too.
She may even blend in with the cows with her coloring. I love her. How much is her adoption fee?
Her adoption fee right now, for dogs of her size, they're usually about $100. Just make sure to brush her.
Yes, she's shedding. She's shedding a good bit. But you know what? That's what you call doggy glitter. You know, if you're a dog owner, are you really a legit dog owner? If you don't have the doggy glitter on, I don't know. But I love her. She's a healthy dog. She's young. She's ready to play. She's ready to love. She's definitely going to snuggle with you at night. So if you got an issue with a dog in your bed, she may not be for you. But she loves the treats. Any other information that you want to go giving?
Well, she's at our Orleans campus at 1700 Mardi Gras Boulevard. Our adoption center is open from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., so you can meet her anytime.
Yes, and also don't forget about the Plaquemines Parish. We'll go showing them some love next week.
And if you just go to our website, you can also learn more about our Doggy Day Out program and sign up immediately to take a dog out as soon as tomorrow.
How do people sign up?
Just go to our website at www.louisianaspca.org. If you go to the search bar and just put in Doggy Day Out, you can take a dog out for the day. Just let you sign up, and it's that easy.
I love it.
Our volunteer manager will reach out and set that up for you.
That sounds great. Well, once again, this is the Louisiana SPCA. We love hanging out here. Don't go anywhere because we have a little bit extended version of What Up, NOLA. So don't go anywhere. We have that coming up next. Welcome back to Neighborly Natalie. This is What Up, NOLA. This is the usually fairly goofy portion of the show where we get to be socially interactive and chat with you folks and take all your questions, but I figured this particular episode we would kind of do things a little differently. Usually I go posting a little thing on my social media pages, Facebook and Instagram, asking for your questions, and I answer them. I also tend to go doing a Facebook Live on Saturday nights at 7 p.m. where we get to engage, we chat weather, also Neighborly Natalie, your questions. But this week we're kind of going to touch base on a question that one of our viewers has been asking about over the last few months, and we've kind of been revisiting it on and off. And you may need to get your tissues ready. Seth Johnson has been asking the question of how is your trip and how is Miss Gigi doing? With the health stuff. The last episode I mentioned that we had been visiting a internal medicine vet who had diagnosed Gigi with some like 20-letter thing that I can't for the life of me pronounce. We were going through the motions. She had abdominal fluid that resolved itself and gone away. We were still trying to navigate what the deal was with her lymph nodes and her enlarged liver. And at that particular vet appointment, I felt like we had exhausted that vet's knowledge in what was going on. We had done yet another sonogram that showed that she was dealing with the same situation. Nothing had changed. We had added in the Atopica medication on top of her prednisone and doxycycline, and I was just like, what is left for us to do? And she'd given me some stupid answer saying that she would open Ginger up like she was getting spayed and they would just go looking around. And I said, absolutely not. When she responded with that, I basically knew that it was time to find somewhere else to go. And from there, it was just a real struggle figuring out where to go. Actually, a few days after that appointment, the abdominal fluid came back with a vengeance, and we took a chance. We went to Avenue Animal Wellness, and they were fantastic. They were so nice, but I will say that as soon as I gave them the records for Ginger, just their tech was looking over the labs and was like, there's a lot going on here that you haven't even been told. Like, they had mentioned that there were hints of possible masses of sorts in Ginger that I was never told about. They said that there was a lot of things on her labs. And this was lab work that we had done at the internal medicine facility. You know, this wasn't the initial lab work that we had back in like February, March, hinting at pancreatitis. Like, this was secondary labs that showed things. And in terms of Ginger's fluids coming back, they were nice enough to drain her abdominal area, and they said that they drained about 1/2 liter of fluid. They gave her a pain med, and she was so stoned afterwards. She was actually really goofy, and everybody at that emergency place loved her because she was Ginger. And I remember that night when we were getting into bed, she was so stoned. She was just like, you could tell in her eyes, it was like, Ma, what is going on? What is this? That was a few days after, maybe a week after the last internal medicine vet appointment. This clinic was like, you need to get her help somewhere. Like, something is going on. And so I just basically went searching for other places. I called countless vets that were recommended to me by people, and a lot of places said that her condition was too advanced or too complicated or just above their, general veterinarian knowledge, that we had to go somewhere else. Lakeshore Animal Hospital out in Mandeville, they have a specialty in chronic illness, which at this point in time was, I felt it in my heart that something was going on, and they had a specialty noted on their website in terms of liver disease. So Ginger and I, we took a trip out there, and they ran some additional labs, and we found out that Ginger's liver and gallbladder were barely at all functioning. And the vet there basically said we may have better luck going to see an oncologist. If it's anybody who can diagnose what is going on, go to LSU. And so right after that appointment, I basically floored it. I was probably going fast enough where I could have gotten a speeding ticket, but that's what you do as a dog mom when you love your baby and you have been told that you don't have a lot of time. So I took her there. They got us in super fast. That was a Tuesday. They ran a whole slew of tests, further labs than what we had done, additional, more advanced abdominal sonograms, and I left her there for further observation and testing that night. I came back to work on Wednesday to work the morning show, and I went to go pick her up, and they mentioned that we would have other testing. Specifically, in the past, at the internal medicine vet, they never explored the lymph node. They never tested it. They never tested her liver. And so LSU ended up doing that, and we got the lymphoma diagnosis. As a dog mom, you want to do everything that you can for your baby. Of course, I would want to do chemo. I mean, what parent wouldn't? God invented credit cards for a reason. Of course I wanted to do chemo. But they mentioned that with chemo, it needs to go through the liver. And because her liver was not functioning, they flat out said to me that if we tried chemo, it would probably kill her and take her sooner. And I was like, well, is there anything that we can do? I mean, I don't just want to sit back. They said to just keep her on the prednisone that she had been on, same dosage, and they said that she does not have a lot of time. Of course, I had said, just schedule an appointment with the oncologist. Maybe, I could chat with them, and I don't know. But they did end up scheduling an appointment just because I didn't want to have that guilt on myself that I didn't try to explore it. But I knew that if I didn't have a lot of time with her, I wanted to have whatever I could and make the best out of it. I drove back here afterwards, and I pulled into the parking spot, and I told Gigi that we're home, and just take a look at that clip.
Hey, do you know where we are? Are we home? Are you back at home? Yay, let's get you inside. We're gonna do all the things. If we only have a certain amount of time together, we're gonna make it worth it, girl. Let's go.
That night we came back and we just sat on the couch and snuggled. And she was over the top licky. I mean, she was always that little fur baby, just full of love and affection, and she was over the top, Gigi. And then she also kept putting her hand on my heart, and it was just it was really touching. That was on Wednesday. Thursday, I contacted the Lakeshore Animal Hospital to kind of pick their brain about a supplement that LSU had mentioned. They said that the supplement would actually be really good in terms of filtering the liver, and there was also another one that we could possibly try that would filter her gallbladder and stuff. And I was like, let's try it. I mean, I'll try anything at this point that'll, possibly give me more time with her. That morning was the first time that she did not eat her dental cookie. And mind you, she loved the greenies. Over the last few months, her eating had been very weird. That was kind of the first indication that she wasn't feeling well. And we had changed her food. But overall, it was the Trader Joe's salmon jerky and the greenies that she religiously would always go towards. In days previous, she kind of was starting to lose interest in the Trader Joe's jerky, which was kind of not a good sign to me. But the day that, the next day, she actually did not eat it. She barely even nibbled on it. And so I was like, okay, she's really not feeling too good today. She also ended up pooping on herself, and I was just like, am I gonna have to go getting her diapers or something? Like, I've been through this before with my previous rescue, and that day when I was getting ready to, run errands, I didn't want to leave her home, and so I was going to bring her, and while I was getting ready, I had her, I have a big bathroom, and the closet is connected to it, and so I kind of had her laying on the carpet on a little dog bed, actually this one right here, with a wee-wee pad over it, and she was just very lethargic, and she was kind of out of it. So I knew that I didn't want to leave her when I went to go get her supplements. So I put her in her little carrier, we're rocking and rolling, doing our typical ridiculous antics when she's about to head onto the road with me. We get into the car, and I kid you not, as soon as I go down the garage, get on the street, she started breathing weird. And at this point, it was just like, I'm not going to bring her to an emergency vet. We've exhausted everything they could possibly do. I felt like the only option that we had was to take her to church and get blessed. Let's go to St. Francis, right in Uptown. St. Francis is the patron saint who absolutely loves animals. That's it. That's the only option that we have. And so I did not know that she was dying at that point in time, but I knew that we were en route to church. I saw that we were passing this sign called Greetings from NOLA, and it was a sign that I had wanted to get a picture with her ever since we had moved here, but life was lifing over the last year and a half, and I just didn't really have the chance to do it. And so in the passing of it, I was like, let's stop for 2 seconds, not even, and take a quick picture. And you can kind of see that by the 4th picture, she's inching into my neck. And I kid you not, within seconds of taking that picture, she went limp, and I hurried to the car, and, of course I'm in hysterics in the typical fashion, telling her to not go, telling her to stay, begging her kind of. And we get back in the car, and, in the process of driving to the church, because I was determined to get there, she passed away. I get to church, and she's, gone. And I still got the priest to put a little holy water on her, and I thank God for giving me her, and giving me the honor and the absolute gift of getting to be her mom, because she chose me, 5 years ago. It was just an absolute whirlwind, and, looking back, she knew. She knew that was going to be it. That morning, at one point I took her outside, and she loved the little walks. She loved them. At one point in time, she just plopped down in this area where there was this tree that was dropping these purple flowers and leaves and stuff, and it was really, really pretty. And she was just sitting. It was a breezy day, and she was just taking it all in. And I kind of feel like that was her way of saying goodbye to the world. I don't even know how to put it into words, getting a cancer diagnosis, and then she's gone the next day. But to answer Seth's first portion of that question, in terms of travel, we had a trip to Long Island for my nephew's birthday, the middle of June. We had a layover in Baltimore. We took a picture by this sign. She was fine. It was, really the end of June that she started to just give signs that something was really, really, really off. She was my partner in crime for 5 years. I mean, we did road trips together. We did flights together. We were inseparable. As long as I had her by my side, I could do everything and anything. There was nothing that I couldn't do. How do you move on without your best friend? People say that dogs come into your life when you need them the most. And I believe that wholeheartedly with Gigi. 1000%. She came into my life when I got my premature ovarian failure diagnosis. I felt rejected in a way because I felt defective because I that was when I found out that I couldn't have babies. And she was essentially turned in because she had babies. She had 7 puppies. 3 of them were turned into Homeward Bound Pet Rescue. Then they turned her in. And the rest of her babies were turned in. So I feel like she was turned in because she was able to have babies. She was rejected in a way. And I kind of felt defective because I couldn't. So, you know, we bonded over that. She was with me through 2024, where I went through a lot of stuff. And, I mean, she saved my life numerous times. So, this is a toughie. And I don't think I'd be the person that I am today if I didn't have her. I feel like I had her for a straight up lifetime because you can't top the memories and the love that we had. And so I think that even though I cried my way through this, I want to say thank you to all of you who have been there for us over the years, enjoying all the goofy stuff that her and I did, and, you know, who may have considered adoption or fostering because of her. And I think that it just makes that passion that much stronger, because I saw a dog that dealt with abuse and all these other things that she had when I first got her, and she turned into the most loving dog I've ever seen in my life. She just wanted to love on people and say hi to them, and she gave me such a sense of security and safety. And so if you are considering expanding your furry family, please consider adoption. If you are not able to adopt, please consider fostering. Give a pet a temporary home and show them that actual nice human beings do exist. And if you're not able to do even that, volunteer. So many rescues in the area need dog walkers, you know, or the Louisiana SPCA does Doggy Day Out. You know, check that out. I mean, there's so many pets. Please do not go to a breeder. There's such an influx, overload of amazing fur babies across Southeast Louisiana and Southern Mississippi and across the country. You're insane to go to a breeder. You know, people will be like, oh, you can't teach a old dog new tricks. You absolutely can. Oh, you know, you're not going to be able to love them in the way that you would if you had them as a puppy. No, you can. They'll probably love you more. But I brought her to Heaven's Pets to be cremated shortly after she passed. And after I gave her to them, I walked out and I saw the most beautiful sky, as if she was to tell me that she was okay. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for her. I love you, Ginger. Mommy loves you beyond words. Until we meet again, girl. Run like the wind.